so early? You have something cool to do? You got like a girl or someone?
Usually, no, I'm very alone. Usually,
Yeah, stop doing that. Nobody should be thinking about the things that I say.
I love Karen, but does she complete me?
Nisha, nobody completes anybody. That's not a real thing. If you're lucky enough to find someone you can happily tolerate, you sink your nails in and...
Looking over the wall from up here, I almost think I can see their hopes and dreams flickering in each little light.
When you're out on your own, the time moves slow. When you're missing a friend, and the time moves slow.
Well, that was beautiful. You sounded like the princess talking.
Don't say that.
Running away is easy. It's the leaving that's hard. Running away is easy. Running away is easy. It's the living that's hard. And loving you was easy. It was you leaving that's hard.
The act of declaring something to be untrue. A lot of people will always deny that they are alone. It's a psychological defense mechanism to reassure one's mind about something or an argument even though it's false. Denial is truly human nature and should never let anyone make you feel ashamed of that. They should only try to help you seek the truth. Denial is something we all go through. Whether it's as simple as dying in your 1-year-old Minecraft hardcore world or as complicated as not believing your spouse or partner has cheated on you. Throughout some point in all of our lives, we have gone through denial. We go through denial because whenever we go through something mentally harming or something absolutely absurd, we spontaneously can't believe that we're in reality. We sit there and become mind-boggled because there's no way this could have happened. There's absolutely no way it could have happened. You don't want to believe it, but it's okay. It did happen. It's okay to be lonely as well. You don't have to deny it. At some point in time, we have all been in a pure state of loneliness. For example, the Great Depression. Whether it be mental or realistic loneliness, loneliness doesn't need to be denied. Loneliness can sometimes mean peace, the calm before the storm, or even the storm before the calm. The time you spend alone will definitely eat at you and you will deny that you are 100% not alone. I am not alone. These types of thoughts will constantly recur in your head. Denying it doesn't change the fact of reality. You are alone. Denying that you're alone can be caused by the actual fears of being alone, being forgotten, being abandoned, among other harmful thoughts. Denial, although being very common among most people, especially mid-teens to early adult years and later, it is truly a very harmful thing to most. Denial of loneliness can alter your thoughts and mess with your relationships, your friend, and even cause you to do unconsciously stupid things. Things like self-destruction. Self-destruction can be an example of when you deny that you're alone. As you can see from this clip from The Simpsons, the entire town hates Bart. Bart then goes on to graffiti the entire town inscribing, "I hate Bart Simpson" on property and people.
Damn sponge will take care of this weak water-based... It's oil-based! Oil-based!
Daddy?
Fetch Daddy's thinner, boy.
But it's in the stay-away closet.
You just fetch it!
He then goes on top of a water tower to leave the same message, but a crowd has gathered this time.
But they make me look dowdy. My baby! See? I hate me too. Now we can can be friends again.
Listen to his mentally broken voice. He's hurting, and absolutely no one cares. Bart jumps and actually almost kills himself, but thankfully he was only hospitalized. But the thing is, this is a prime example of what denying loneliness can do to someone. The idea of the episode is that everyone hates Bart, and Bart ends up going into a manic episode due to denying that the town hates him. So he tries to get the entire town to like him again by hating himself. As Lisa says, the person who hates Bart more than anyone else. But due to his actions, the town just looks down on him, and he is even told to
We can be friends again. Bart, stop! No one's mad at you anymore, right?
Yeah. You know. Jump! Who said that?
I hate Bart Simpson!
harming yourself, affecting yourself or others around you. This can lead to the reason why you're alone as well. Whether you deny it or not, it is said that self-destructive behaviors can be both conscious and unconsciously detonated actions. Self-destruction can be things like pushing people away, self-harm, alcohol abuse, sexual promiscuity, self-isolation, and a lot of other negative behaviors. Most people don't realize it, but self-destruction is definitely one of the main things in people's lives that they deny happens or never happened. Denying that you said those things or did those things are very appropriate reasons that you're alone. Anger. A strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. Anger is a very strong feeling, increasingly worse when it comes to loneliness. You are upset that you are alone, and it's okay. It's okay to feel angry about being alone. Sometimes you being alone isn't your fault and it's due to someone else's decisions and choices, which are understandably upsetting. You have every right to be angry. No one should be alone, whether that be a positive or a negative. Everyone, including introverts, need at least a little bit of company. I'm so sorry that you have to go through this journey alone, but you will be okay soon. Don't worry. Maybe not now, maybe not soon, maybe not later, but someday you will not be alone anymore. Being alone is annoying. No one wants to be truly alone, but some of us are genuinely in nothing but solitude. Some of us don't even choose to be alone, but are forced to be out of our own volition, which is annoying. Anger mixed with loneliness, as I said, is never a good thing at all. We're going to bring up a topic I mentioned in the previous act: self-destruction. A lot of the time when loneliness and anger arise, it can sometimes lead to self-destruction. I'm going to show you a scene from the hit movie A Silent Voice, where the main protagonist, Ishida, for lack of better wording, crashes out on his friends as a form of self-destruction without consciously doing so. He does it out of anger.
Are you kidding me? This is wrong on so many levels. You can't blame everything that happened on Shoya. We were all guilty. We? But no, that isn't true. What's not? I never made fun of Shoko or did anything to bully her the way the rest of you guys did. Don't let me in with you. Naoka. Oh. You're right. You and I are completely different. You just sat back and laughed along with everyone else. Did not? Just ask Miyoko. What, me? Naoka used to talk about you behind your back all the time, too. I just said what everyone else was thinking. Well, Miyoko, wanna weigh in?
To be completely honest, back then, I was scared of both of you.
What? Whose side are you on anyway?
I'm not on anyone's side.
Just stop. It's my fault, okay? It's all my fault.
I can't stand martyrs.
That's enough, Naoko. Stop trying to drag everybody else down to your level.
That was harsh. You didn't have to
put... please, Miyoko. We all know that you just run away whenever things get tense.
Shelia, what's gotten into you?
God, will you just stop talking? You really love the sound of your own voice, don't you?
Listen, man, no matter what anyone says, I've got your back.
I don't care. You Just back off. You hardly know me.
I can't take this anymore. I'm not staying here.
It's alright. You don't mean it. But I'm gonna give you some space.
Hey, Shoko. Later.
I'm sorry, Shoya. I never should have agreed to come here to begin with.
He doesn't truly want to blow up on everyone, but he did it without thinking. This man was a bully and then got bullied into loneliness. For a bit of context. For extra context as to why this applies to this section, essentially, in short, he became friends with the girl he bullied in elementary, then became friends with her friends, and so on and so forth, being her mother and her sister. Then, because of this whole argument, instantaneously, he loses all the friends he made except for Shoko and her sister. Anger can make you do stupid things, and just mix that with a little bit of loneliness and you have a blow up just waiting to happen. You didn't want to blow up at your friends. It's okay. You just weren't okay in the moment. If they really were your friends, then they'll definitely forgive you. Anger can also be the reason that you are alone as well. Being an overly angsty person can push away or repel people. I'm not saying change your entire personality to stop being lonely, but if you're going out of your way to tell someone to go fuck themselves just because they looked in your direction and it seemed a little off, then obviously you're going to stay lonely for a while. Especially if you actually have friends and people who care about you. If your thoughts and feelings only revolve around your hatred and annoyance, then it'll affect others, which will push them away from you. Loneliness will increase your anger and vice versa. Bargaining. To negotiate the terms and conditions of a transaction. Some synonyms of bargaining can be to negotiate, haggle, or barter. But what does bargaining have to do with loneliness? As one of the synonyms, haggling can be a form of begging. Please don't leave. I promise I can change. Listen, I can do this, just please don't leave. You can do whatever you want with me, just don't leave. Bargaining for someone to stay with you so you're not alone. You don't need to beg for someone to stay here. If someone truly wanted to love you and stay with you, they wouldn't need anything in return. You don't need to beg someone to stay. It just makes you look pathetic and pitiful to them, really. Bargaining when it comes to loneliness can be a truly detrimental thing. When you truly want someone to stay as if you need them, as if they're your savior, there's no telling what you might actually do for them. Truth be told, and I've honestly tried not to bring myself up at the topic as to not make this video into a Ben or anything of the sort, but I have put myself into this position where I would do absolutely anything to get someone to stay. Whether it be sexual favors, ruining my own day, ignoring my personal needs, and just in general anything to get the person to stay, really. You don't need to bargain with someone to fulfill your loneliness. A relationship, whether it be romantic, platonic, or both, is only ever conditional. An unconditional relationship is the agreed upon mutual bond between two specimens without the need or want of anything. If someone needs sex in order to be with you or hang out with you, that is a conditional relationship. If you need to pay for someone's meals, groceries, toys, games, drugs, etc., it's conditional. If you need to provide something or bring something to the table, that is a transaction, a conditional relationship, and that should not be what you're looking for, no matter how lonely or desperate you are. You matter and you have more worth than you think. Just give it time. Depression, a mental health condition that involves a prolonged period of feeling sad or hopeless and can impact a person's ability to function. Depression and loneliness An atrociously deadly combo that I'm sure we've all had to deal with before. You feel hopeless and alone. Depression can make you feel like even though you put in all that work to make friends or hang out with people, it doesn't matter because they won't care for you nor love you. You're worthless to them. To elaborate, depression is a mental disorder that is essentially a major increase of sadness in the most simplest of terms. It affects your mental state, your mood, your sleep, appetite, etc. It can be treated with mental help or by doing things that make you feel better, like going out, playing video games, watching or making videos, anything that makes you feel better or happy. When you end up alone, you can end up actually contracting depression, as there have been many stories where someone got singled out and then abandoned and ended up being depressed. But sometimes if you would feel depressed, all you would need is to just share a cold one with the boys or a good round of Valorant. Or something that makes you happy. But since you're all alone, all you can do is just play your favorite game, remembering all the times you shared with people just to wonder, why am I alone? Depression is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Not many people can end up being alone and depressed, and it can sometimes lead to mental breakdowns, panic episodes, or sometimes even manic episodes. You are going to feel like your world is plunging in on you, like as if you're a kid who just went to the deep end and can't swim, so you try your best to do everything you can to get up, but nothing works, so you just slowly sink to the water. This is where we finally reach the point of acceptance. Acceptance. Taking something given to you. You finally accept the fact that you're alone. The final and last stage of grief. The calmest and most peaceful stage. The stage where you don't feel alone. When you finally accept that you are alone, your life will honestly become so much better. It's the same thing as the more you don't want something, the more the universe will give it to you. When you start wanting money, the more the universe will give it to you. But when you stop caring and just enjoy life, you'll see that job, you'll see that paycheck, you'll see those numbers. Your loneliness won't just be a horrible underlying experience. Your loneliness won't just be a horrible undying experience where you feel like the world hates you. It can be a place where you finally learn to love yourself and see how worthy of a person you actually are for people and your family. It's peaceful, calming, quiet, and pleasant. When you take loneliness, it can definitely last for a short while or a long time. But dish it out, endure it, and you'll see positive changes in the end. Accept that you are alone and the world will make you become involved. Accept that you are alone and the world will bring you peace. But anyways, thank you all for watching this video. This has been a week-long project, and if you like these types of videos, then please let me know down in the comments. I'd also love to know your thoughts and opinions. With that gone, thank you all for watching, and goodbye, my epic Fortnite gamers, and happy Valentine's Day to those who are alone.
Bitch, I bet you want this check, but I bought me a jet, and I'm still depressed. And if this flow is not your tone, take your sorry white ass on home.